What's up, everybody? This is KevMo8954. You can find me on Xbox. Follow me on Twitch. We're going to be looking at some winning Madden defensive strategies, particularly pressuring the opponent with pre-snap adjustments, okay? I'm going to be focusing on the Xbox controller because that's basically what I've been using for the last 3-4 years. Please don't hate me if you're PlayStation loyal. I use a Cincinnati 4-3 defense. This works with just about any man-to-man blitz, but I'm going to be using the dime DB blitz, okay? And here's a preview of this in action for you.
Man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it? Okay.
All right, and finally what you'll see here is how to disguise the blitz, right? So I've run DB blitz, back-to-back plays, got back-to-back sacks, and on the following play I show it. And you can see like the similar look, right? And the DBs on the outsides look like they're blitzing, but again, this is cover 3, so he's gonna panic and he's just going to throw it right into my coverage, okay? That's not because of anything special other than the disguise, so we'll learn how to do that as well. Okay, so what I want to do here is just give you a feel for what it looks like as you're setting up the play. Again, I'm using this DB blitz here and floating with the middle linebacker. And this is the pre-snap adjustments in real time. It happens very fast, okay? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the play is ready to start. And you'll have to get used to making those changes, okay? It happens really quickly, and you just got to get used to those button patterns. Okay, so what we're trying to do here is press, but we want to back up the outside corners, and this is what it'll look like when you're set up, okay? And you can kind of see a better glimpse of that here. Middle linebackers ready to roam. The 4 DBs who aren't blitzing are all in man-to-man. Okay. What you want to do, you press Y and then down on the left joystick in order to press. And you see where those 2 blitzing DBs are. And then you want to back up the outside corners. And this is a little bit trickier. Okay, in order to back up these outside corners, first you have to press Y for coverage audible, then A for an individual adjustment. And then you choose the receiver you want to back away from, and then you press up on the right joystick. And then you have to repeat that for the corner on the other side, and you can see that here. And then once you do that, both corners are backed up. And now you have the DBs backed up, and you're ready to roam the middle of the field with the middle linebacker. Especially if they don't send their running back out on a route. Okay, so the second part of this is you want to force the receivers to the middle, okay? The first step in that is you have to adjust the coverage to shade the outside. So what you're going to have to do, you're going to press Y, then you press right on the right joystick, and this will funnel the receivers to the middle of the field, okay? And you'll see what I mean here in a second. That way they force into the middle linebacker, right? And if you look, here's an example of why. If you can force the receivers to run inside routes, you have a great opportunity for user picks, and they're forcing into big hits, right? So any in-breaking route goes right to you as the middle linebacker. Outside breaking routes should be taken away by the DBs because you have them shading to the outside. So you really put the offense in a bad spot. Okay, so here's a sample of this now live. Same clip from the beginning, but a little bit slowed down, right? You see the DBs backed up, middle linebacker's ready to roll, and I take away his initial look. And because I take away his initial look on the slant, which you'll see right here, he bumps him, he panics, right? He wanted to throw to the tight end, and he doesn't have time to make the adjustment to find the open guy because the pressure's coming. Okay, and here's the exact same thing, just against a different opponent, right? He panics, I take away the initial route over the middle of the field. You'll see it right here. He wants to throw to that quick open guy, but you drop it in the middle of the field. His running back's not going out on a route. And sure enough, we get a sack. If he would have thrown it, it would have been pick. So most importantly is disguising this blitz. Once you figure it out, you don't want to show the same look all the time, right? But you do everything the same way, just call a different play. So I gave a sample of this earlier, right? I pressed up the nickel backs who are going to be blitzing. I backed off the corners. He thinks I'm in that same blitz, but really I'm in a cover 3. So he panics. He thinks he's not going to have time. He wants to hit a hot receiver, get the ball out quick, and he just throws it into quadruple coverage, right? It should have been intercepted. All right, here's another really good look at the disguised version of that play, right? I have the DBs pressed in the nickel, the outside corners are backed up, but I'm in cover 3. He's seen me do this blitz a few times. Nowhere to throw the ball. Okay, and this is just about keeping your opponent on their toes so they don't know what's coming. Okay, you see the same thing here. I show the blitz. I've run it a few times pretty early in the game, but you don't want to tip your hand, so what do, right? You show the blitz, but you come out in a different coverage. Okay, and you'll see here, it's cover 3. Except for it looks like the blitz, it looks like the same thing. He has no idea what I'm in, he or she, and they have to adjust, okay? So check it out. And at this point, he has no one really to throw to, right? Because there's not a ton of time. He's trying to figure out the defense. Now, just because this worked in these videos doesn't mean you can't get burned, right? You got to make sure you learn those button patterns. You can't be predictable. And most of all, you got to disguise your plays. Okay, so I want to give you a look at this now. Getting burned here, right? So I'm taking away the middle of the field. And ultimately, he's going to hit the running back out of the backfield, and that's one of the risks. If you run it too many times, someone can get acclimated. Maybe there's someone that throws to the running back a lot. If they are, you probably don't want to run it because this is what can happen. Okay, so you have to adjust based on your opponent, but it is a nice play. So even though he burned me here, I hit him with this a bunch later, right? You saw the back-to-back sacks. Okay, so I hope this helped some of you out. Maybe gave you a look that you haven't used before, maybe those adjustments you never used before. There's more to come for Madden 2020. Playbooks, best zone defenses, run plays, pass plays, formations, flukes, glitches, funny mishaps. You can follow me on Xbox, Kevmo'sMaddenChannel, or on Twitch at Kevmo'sMaddenDefense. Just a few days before the new Madden comes out. If you liked it or if the video helped you, please like it or follow me on YouTube. Go ahead and comment if you have suggestions or criticisms, and maybe recommend it to a friend if it's someone you regularly work that needs some help. Thanks for watching.